across the state in every single school district in California. And I'm going to tell you, you guys need to do the same thing. Your state isn't as big as California, and it's not law yet. So tell everybody you know. So I'm just going to go over a few things. This video is getting a little long, but it's really important stuff to know.
I'm gonna go ahead and end it there, but I'm just gonna. That's on YouTube, and it's Informed Parents of California. And I just wanted to bring this up. I wanted to listen to that because, I did a series of shows back in 2015 when I was still living in Los Angeles. They were passing that bill, I think it was SB 1322, to decriminalize child, let me pull it up really quick. All of a sudden I'm having throat problems. Okay, SB 1322, which was a law that was signed in September of 2015, I think it was, to make solicitation loitering with the intent to commit prostitution with misdemeanors, so they couldn't be criminally charged. And, there was clause in this where it stipulated where if as long as it was done digitally and online, and they weren't in public or on the street, or as long as it's done online or in private, or I guess it's okay. Like it
should make no difference.
Yeah, if you read the language in this bill, it's just really, really creepy. And I think I republished one of the archive shows about SB 1322 because a lot of this is coming back up, and it's crazy because we're just seeing all of this just younger and younger imposing sexuality on children.
Oh, they definitely want the children. They're after the children because they passed that law where they could actually take them from the parents.
They're objectifying them in the media and on social media. And that's something that, Child Protective Services should be adamantly against, especially these really, really young boys that are, not even, they haven't even gone through puberty yet, and they are parading them around as being,
like that amazing Desmond.
Yeah.
I mean, what is that little kid doing in a bar and dancing for men? What? Where is CPS for that?
Why is that in the media, the mainstream media, and being praised? And why is Child Protective Services not opposing this, the objectifying of the children? We know why. We know why, and it's really concerning. And so I wanted to play that video just because there's so much of this going on, and the people are just being inundated, and a lot of the parents, they have to work. Both parents have to work. They have to take their children to public schools. They're not aware that this stuff is going on, and they're
finding out now online.
Yeah,
they've been finding out a lot more online, especially in the bigger cities and schools. They're finding out what they really are pulling. They're starting to see it online, and it's pretty frightening. They haven't cleaned it up enough, and it still comes out, and the parents are like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, but it's
I wish you'd send me that link. I mean, I know about it, but I liked what. How she was putting it out there very clearly.
It still
people
goes
don't
on.
Get it. It's a war.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's literally like whack-a-mole that's another reason why I relocated, because of passing SB 1322 and then SB 18 with Senator Pan. I mean, that just
SB 277. Yeah, that one was.
Oh, that one was
forced vaccination.
Too. Yeah.
I can't stand that guy. And it's so. If you think about the literalization of a lot of this, think about it. Pan, the representation of actual Pan God, he was like this little flute, half man, half sheep, or whatever the hell he was, goat, and he was playing a flute and leading the children off the cliff through the forest. I mean, look who he is. I mean,
They love stuff like that, though. They love using symbolism.
It's unbelievable. It's like
it's right in it's right in your face. They like that. They like that.
It
kind
is.
of stuff.
It really is, and it's people need to start fighting. From what she was saying, what I could hear, I couldn't hear it real clearly on my end, but from what I could hear, it sounded like they're trying to fight it there. There's a lot of, sounded like some parents are standing up and actually trying to fight them.
Yeah, and if anybody's interested in watching the entire YouTube video, it's published in Porthole to Justice community chat, the community chat room. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, horrific. So, yeah, we are at war, full-on war. No question about it anymore. And anybody who thinks we're not is, smoking the euphoric pipe of Never Neverland, because it's happening. And it's full-on. So we're in prayer war mode, because that's the thing that breaks a lot of it. It actually breaks it down. And it actually helps. So we have to stay in prayer all the time and not be too shocked, because it what happens if you get too shocked and too upset, then it takes away your momentum to fight and your strength. So you really have to stay focused and pray a lot, because the Lord will give us what to do, and He will, show us how to protect ourselves as well through all of this. Because, I mean, there's really not an angle they're not attacking us at.
No, we've talked about the bullying, younger and younger in the schools, to get the kids to conform, to younger and younger, to not just the gangs and all of that other stuff, but also to the giving into the sex culture that they're cultivating, younger and younger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's, maybe after one of the good things that might come out of all of this is that, putting kids back in public schools may be an option. It seems to me that, it's doable to homeschool. Certainly,
why not?
Certainly the public schools have been able to accommodate during the quarantine. So, maybe it's something that will become more optional in the future, especially if they're going to be demanding that the children are required to be vaccinated to go to public schools.
And sprayed. Have you heard the latest? They want to spray them down now.
What?
When they enter the school. Like, they did with the DDT.
Oh, my. No.
Yeah, it never ends. It never ends. The joy never ends. These creeps. I'm telling you. The joy never ends. So, if the parents don't get it, then something's wrong with them. So this is the perfect opportunity to get used to homeschooling, because, at this point, nobody can really have a job anyway, can they? I'm just kidding.
No, and for years they've been gang stalking and targeting businesses online. Their little NGO, non-governmental, groups that they have that they use online, and Antifa to target businesses and business owners that they deem as competition or not one of theirs.
Did you notice?
For years they've been contriving poverty. Oh no,
it's not.
And then they also have the school shooters that they trained says they want to take away our guns.
God. It's the little lost kids that the FBI has taken in and put under their MK Ultra wing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, it's something else, but it's funny because it's being exposed, and there's other opportunities at the same time. It's like a double-edged sword. There's two sides to this.
Well, and it's like I talked about in my live on Facebook. It's like we can see this as an opportunity to really disengage from the toxic the toxicness and really call it out. You know, maybe some people, maybe there'll be more voices that come forward, you know, that, you know, people know that this is going on for some time. And a lot of people, you know, don't really want to talk about it because they go to work and they have their schedule and their kids' soccer and their, you know, gymnastics and what have you. And they don't, these things aren't at the forefront, right? But when you look at the bigger picture, it's just, we're inundated by at every angle of society.
Yeah, I mean, it's your water, it's your air, it's your food, it's the electronics now. It's every level. So
we can look at this quarantine. We can look at it from a different perspective. You know, stick with me here. I was talking about this on my Facebook Live, on my blog. You know, we can disengage as little by little, as much as possible in our daily lives. Like, not, you know, like, oh, let totally go off the grid. That's not what I'm saying, but just every little thing that you do to disengage from that, whatever the toxicity is.
You know, like, let's say I started a garden, just a small garden. And so just tiny, a bit by bit, getting back to the earth, getting back to reality, getting back to yourself, getting back to grounding with your family. All of this, you know, just even being more, not so, how do you say, we were such consumers. You know, we're getting to the point when we're not consuming as much and appreciating more what we do get. And maybe even better things, just a little at a time. You know, some kind of objectivity to the junk on every angle. Food, you know, the shopping, the empty love, all of it.
And not,
you know
not
I mean?
just that, you know, rethinking the way that we work, that we plan our daily lives or our schedules. I mean, do we have to go into an office daily? Is it an option to work from home? Can we spend more time with our families? I mean, if we can accommodate so much and still produce and be productive, we can probably live, you know, much better quality of life as well.
Well, so yeah, and then you've got all your kids addicted to these horrible games. And I'm sorry, but I was checking out the characters on Minecraft. They're sorcerers, ghouls, ghosts, every horrible spirit you can imagine.
Well, I know. I
half
think
pig, half human. Just weird.
I had to detox my son. I had to detox Aiden, like, for for his birthday. He got, like, a lot of games, new games for his...
Yeah, we're playing board games here.
Yeah, well, and that's what I had to do, is I had to bring out Monopoly. I had to, like...
we play cards. These kids will build card houses.
We had to take away his game, like, and there was, like, it was like a mild exorcism in the...
No, you know, I'm not kidding, Amelia. They've proven it. I listened to a documentary the other day.
Wait a second.
And they're actually comparing the need for what it does to your dopamine and what it does to their actual inner brain. It's compared to heroin, the games.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Like,
literally.
So I let him get all of these new games for his birthday, and it was just a combination of the quarantine and adapting and me maintaining my life and him not going to school, and it was like a conversion, right? And after 2 weeks of it, we had to take away his Xbox, you know. And oh my gosh,
I know my grandson Grant, who's 12, has to. This is his second detox he's gone up. They don't know if they can put him back on it. He has meltdowns.
Yeah,
it's horrifying.
He had a full-on meltdown, and I was kind of like, oh my gosh, like, I never saw him act like that before. So I kind of like was like, wow, like I gotta detox him from this. You know, I'm gonna I'm going to order some paints and some stuff for us to do